This is HRTV Rewind, taking a look back at the racing week.
We talked about those big four in this weekend's Alabama. Is there really any other filly in this race that has a shot?
Well, I really think Royal Delta can atone for her last defeat. She was a filly that had come up a little bit sick, missed some training, has trained absolutely forwardly for this race, and I really think 1.25 miles is going to suit her more than any of these other horses. Now, it's interesting. She has great turf pedigree, and she had a great breeze over the turf, but she's not quite done with the dirt, and I think she's going to really come up big on Saturday.
Bob's horse and Karen's filly, they really went at it pretty good. And being 3-year-old fillies and coming back quick and going an extra 1/8 of a mile, not that I'm wishing those gentlemen or their horses any bad luck. I just thought that maybe, just maybe, those fillies wouldn't come back and run as they did last time.
We wouldn't trade place with anybody. We just won 1 1/8 on this track, so it's an extra 1/8 of a mile, but she's doing great. Mine shaft should help us get the extra 1/8, but we're happy with her.
I respect the most in the world. I think Billy's wonderful in every way, but I didn't like the way his filly ran in the Mother Goose.
And Royal Delta takes the lead and pulls away, and Royal Delta goes on to win the Alabama convincingly, beating It's Tricky by 5.5 lengths. Long Shot Pinch Pie finished third.
It's a great race to win. We won it before the Sweet Symphony, and this is very special. I mean, the owner of the horse was a special friend of mine, and he's not with us. I'm sure he's watching. But a great win. We've always thought she was a nice filly, and she's just proved us right all the time.
You might not find a more accomplished race mare who failed to win a championship than Sky Beauty. The Allen Jerkins trained Sky Beauty won 15 of 21 starts, including 13 stakes, 9 of them Grade 1s. Certainly a championship-worthy career. Owned by George E. Hoffman, Sky Beauty followed a successful juvenile campaign with an even better sophomore season. With Mike Smith in the saddle, Sky Beauty swept New York's Triple Tiara, The Acorn, Mother Goose, and Coaching Club American Oaks at Belmont Park in 1993. She followed that amazing and difficult feat with a victory in Saratoga's marquee event for 3-year-old fillies, the Alabama. And in a fine illustration of chip off the old block, Sky Beauty followed in the footsteps of her mother, Maple Jinsky, the 1988 Alabama winner.
And Sky Beauty is the leader with Future Pretense, and Sky Beauty wins the Alabama.
In most years, those accomplishments would have earned Sky Beauty the championship. But there was a 3-year-old filly who was doing some exceptional work on the West Coast. Hollywood Wildcat would eventually win that year's Breeders' Cup Distaff, which was held on her home court of Santa Anita Park. Sky Beauty didn't show her usual spark and finished 5th. Sky Beauty was just as imposing as a 4-year-old. Her 4 Grade 1 victories that season included the Ruffian Handicap at Belmont Park. She packed 130 pounds that day, 13 more than the runner-up, Dispute.
Sky Beauty, perfect in victory once again.
Although championships eluded this great race mare, racing's highest honor, induction into the Hall of Fame, came calling on the late Sky Beauty in 2011.
One of the most exciting things about the Saratoga meeting is the 2-year-old racing. And this year we've been treated to some great 2-year-olds making their debuts and running in stakes in Saratoga. We had a great rendition of the Adirondack when My Miss Aurelia held off A Million Reasons Why in a really exciting rendition of this race.
And My Miss Aurelia toward the rail, the length of the stretch here at Saratoga. And on the wire, it is My Miss Aurelia who prevails narrowly over A Million Reasons Why.
My Miss Aurelia ran really well in the Adirondack. Very talented filly, came in off of an impressive maiden victory, and definitely earned victory. It was a very competitive race for her. It was obvious she had talent. Until she's put in that position, you're not positive how she'll respond, and couldn't be any prouder of her.
I think going forward, though, to the spinaway, we have to look at a filly called And Why Not. The Michael Match trained filly was so professional in game in her first race, coming through inside of horses, taking dirt, and looked like a filly that's going to really appreciate more ground.
And Why Not? Dark Nebula left behind in second, followed by her stablemate, Wicked Miz, then Crispano coming late. And Why Not indeed.
Michael Matz also has a really good colt in Union Rags. He was so impressive in the slot winning the Saratoga Special that I think this is a horse that's going to improve with distance even though he has a lot of speed. Michael Matz hasn't had a reputation of being a trainer that excels with 2-year-olds, but he's certainly changing everybody's mind about that this meeting.
There's something left for Stop Shopping Maria, who keeps on going. Stop Shopping Maria, and there's no stopping her. Wow. Stop Shopping Maria, very good. Won by 10 dominating lengths.
It was an impressive race, obviously, and we anticipated that she might do something like that first time out. Unfortunately, she stumbled really badly at the start, and I thought still ran for a first-time starter a very courageous race that day against obviously some very good fillies. So we weren't surprised that she did that. The question is whether we come back in the spinaway off 3 weeks rest, or if we take a more conservative route and wait for the Frisette. But so far she's come out of the race excellent, and we'll just kind of let her tell us as we get closer.
Overdriven wins by 4 emphatic lengths over Power World and Jackson the Deck.
Overdriven went to New Bolton Clinic this morning, and he should be getting a nuclear scan done probably right now. So hopefully we'll have some results by the end of the day. Something wasn't exactly right, and we couldn't put our finger on it. And the worst thing is when you don't know what's going on. So we just felt like we wanted to play it safe and make sure we checked everything out before we proceeded.
For the fights on down toward the rail, but still third with a furlong to go. Time running out for them with Love and Pride alone on the lead all the way. Love and Pride romps isolated on the wire. Bridgetown in front as they come to the final furlong, hand-ridden away to a 3-length lead now. Gold Czar down inside, followed by Pashito the Che and Yield Bogey, and Awakino Cat moving late, but they're coming down to the finish. And Bridgetown was a much the best winner here.
She's so consistent a filly. She doesn't tout herself much in the morning. She's kind of a plain brown wrapper, and that's how she trains. She goes to 1/2 and eats up after she does it, and is you'd like to have a whole barn full of them, to be honest with you.
1 furlong to go here. Rogues Joel, Gitchy Gumi, Frivolous Buck is coming hard too. Down to the finish, Rogues Joel stubbornly. Gitchy Gumi fights on. Head bobbing finish. That is too close to call. Man Blue, Winter Memories now finds Rome down toward the inside. On the far outside, Hungry Island. They're coming down to the finish, and Hungry Island comes up to get the lead. It is Hungry Island on the wire by 2.5 lengths. Man Blue was second. Dynamic Holiday was third. Winter Memories was fourth this afternoon.
Feels great, first of all, and I think it's a big deal, though. Coin for that many winners and Fallon, that's the big shoes to fill. Let me say it that way. Angel Cordero's number of victories, so definitely a great thing to get it done. Hopefully we can do this in this meet, and it'd be great to have. And I can say that at least I got something that that he did, and or at least close to it, though, so because it's the big shoes to fill. Let me tell you, he did so many things, and it'll be a proud moment for me to get something close to him.
You're watching HRTV Rewind with a week of racing to recap.
Fanny, 15th grade 1 win, at least for today, not to be for Goldakova.
Not yet, no. Today was not the day. We were really worried all week when we saw that it was pouring down rain. The rain was not used as an excuse, and the ground was good, although it was a bit softish in some spots. But I had a chance to talk to Freddie just after the race, and he did say that today was not the day. She was beaten by a very good 3-year-old Immortal Verse. She is 6 years old. She has not shown yet that she's tired or that she no longer wants to run. She was still very game and very happy after the race, and they will still be there at Churchill Downs. That's the definite goal for the whole year.
Where would be the next likely stopping point for her right now? I know she ran just 2 weeks ago. She ran today over ground that probably was not in her favor. Where are we likely to see her again?
The plan was to run in the Prix du Moulin in Longchamp, which I think will give her 3 or 4 weeks before the Breeders' Cup, which is good. She used to not mind. She could run just 2 weeks apart, but I'm not sure this is what bothered her today.
Midday has to fight hard. Twice over on the near side is bearing down on her. Twice over, and Midday, the Abdullah pair dive for the line together, and it's twice over's Juddmonte International for Sir Henry Cecil. Sea Moon takes the step up in class in his stride and stretches away to win the Great Voltigeur, and you fancy that St Leger beckons next. Sea Moon, a comfortable winner from Al Kazim. Caledonian Spring flying home in behind them. Intifada, Fort Bastion, Zumbi can't go on. Intifada on top, close home. Intifada wins the Acom from Fort Bastion. Blue Bunting hanging tough in front. Vita Nova got to her quarters, bearing down. Blue Bunting finding a bit more close home. Another Group 1 for Blue Bunting. The Tory strikes, and Blue Bunting wins the Darley Yorkshire Oaks. Made just about all here. She continues to be chased by Fire Lily all the way to the line, but Best Terms is Finding Plenty, and the Queen Mary winner remains unbeaten and now takes the Lowther. Best Terms from Fire Lily. Margot Did is in front though, chased by Hamish McGonigal. Prohibit down the centre. Another Group 1 for Hayley Turner. Margot Did wins the Nunthorpe. These two kicking away. Lilbourne Lad back in third. Casper Netcher in front, drawing away. A red letter day for Alan McCabe. Casper Netcher wins the Gimcrack under Robert Winston. Fallon leads on Green Destiny, wandering a little in front. Tazahun with another thrust on the near side. Green Destiny driven all out. Fallon not to be denied. Green Destiny wins the stencil for William Haggard. Opinion Pole and Duncan Lockhorn deep inside the furlong. Opinion Pole, Duncan fighting hard on the inside, inches in it as they go for the line. On the near side, Opinion Pole puts his head down. Another this week for the Tory, and Opinion Pole wins the Lonsdale Cup in a thriller.
Carl Hanford, a longtime owner, known probably mostly as being the owner of Kelso, has passed away.
Hall of Fame trainer, he conditioned 5-time Horse of the Year. He died on Sunday night near his home at Delaware Park, and that is Kelso you're looking at, the only 5-time Horse of the Year there has ever been.
He will be missed.
M's Angel, could it be? Trainer Gail Hanford, this one's for you, Carl. M's Angel takes the opener, drawing away by 5 lengths. No Angel getting second, Little Escape Artist third.
You're watching HRTV Rewind with a week of racing to recap.
Having an absolutely smashing meet is Joe Rocco Jr.
What was going through your mind when you got to about the 16th pole on that 6th victory?
Well, by the 6th one, I said, "Oh my God, I'm going to win another one." It was a really fun day. You know, a lot of my family was here, my sister and my nieces and my wife and my son, and so, you know, it was a lot of fun.
Going into the card that day, Joe, did you have any idea you were going to have such a wonderful day? I mean, You rode a few favorites that day, but most of them were 7-2 shots or, maybe a little bit shorter. Did you have any idea what a massive day you were going to have?
No, my agent said, I think we can have a big day. I think we're going to win 5 today. And when he says stuff like that, usually it means I'm going to have a long day.
Right.
Usually the opposite happens. So, you never know. Sometimes you think you're on a lot of live ones, and they just don't really run very good. And sometimes the ones you don't think are have that great of a shot jump up and run big.
Why don't you remind people exactly what you went through and how long that took?
Yeah, well, actually, like you said, it was the same wrist that I'd broken, and it was actually on exactly the same date 4 years later that I broke the wrist. So that was a little creepy.
You always seem to be so up. To have as many injuries as you've had in such a short period of time, is it tough to be as, I guess, cheerful as you appear to be whenever we get a chance to talk to you?
Well, this time around, I have some great distractions from any kind of, mental slump. So I came straight out of the hospital, and I was taking care of Joe's daughter, my future stepdaughter, full-time, and now we're straight into the wedding planning. So I've had lots of distractions to keep my thinking positive.
I was going to ask you about that. I guess sort of an upside, because planning a wedding can be so stressful. You have time on your side now. Now, how much time are we looking at till you might be back? Have they given you an estimate?
There's not any date of when I'll be back, but I am going to estimate that it'll be mid to late October, and that's sort of an estimate based on what the doctor and I have discussed, and also how the last wrist injury went.
A lifetime of being a jockey took a toll on Randy's life, both emotionally and physically. Today he lives with the consequences of the choices he made, like falling dominoes. Though he remains mentally strong, his body is now failing him. Years of bulimia to maintain his riding weight robbed him of nearly all of his kidney function. His liver is nothing more than a useless organ underneath his scarred skin.
The first one was the spleen. They took that one out here. Then all the other scars, they had put a port in here for dialysis, and it went bad. And they had another port in here, and it went bad also. So they did another one, and they put it in here, and it got infected. And they had to take it out. And I was really having problems with this arm right here, because my veins are very, very, I've been poked so many times, my veins are very, very small. So they rerouted my artery to my neck, and this is my artery. You can feel it and see it pumping. You can see it pumping. I got a virus in my blood. They tried to kill the virus with chemo, and they couldn't. So the results is they can't give me no transplant.
He actually broke himself down for his sport. If they don't keep that weight down, they can't ride. And it's tough to stay about 114, 115.
I'm stable right now, and I'm going well. I'm watching on a strict diet. I gotta watch my weight. I'm on dialysis 3 times a week for 4 hours. It's a lifeline. If I don't do it, I'm gonna die. And I got too much to accomplish. I ain't gonna die yet. I ain't gonna let myself do that.
Well, Randy, you've got a wonderful outlook on everything, and it sounds like this is going to be a wonderful weekend in total. You're going to be judging a polo event, a tailgate party. You're going to be a model in a fashion show at the famed Gideon Putnam Hotel, as well as the race. Talk about this modeling thing and how much fun you're going to have with that.
Your guess is as good as mine. I just was told that I was going to do this, and I said, that's cool, I can do anything. I'm excited for the week. I've been looking forward to it, and I see a bunch of friends there, and I'm excited for getting these things going for the benefit of the dialysis all over America.
Well, explain to us what exactly you've got going on August 22nd, a benefit by the name of Riders Up. What are you guys going to be doing out there?
Well, we're going to be singing. It's going to be
American Idol type of competition between the jockeys and fans, whoever like to join us and sing with us. So we're going to have a lot of fun with it.
What is going to be your go-to song, Johnny, for this event?
Well, the song that they choose for me, because I did not choose the song, is I'm a Believer. So I'm going to have to practice a lot to sing this song because I'm not familiar with the song. But I think we're going to be okay. We're going to have fun with it.
Last year at the PDJF fundraiser, Ramon, and I just got a couple things to say regarding Kenta Sormo and John Court. Tell them not to quit their day job. They're great writers, but their singing leaves a little bit to be desired.
You're going to be saying the same thing about me after you see me sing or listen to me.
Well, have you chosen a song?
The song I was actually chosen for me is I Got Friends in Low Places, and it's a country song, and I'm going to be singing it with Alex Solis. Wish me luck there.
I didn't know you were a singer.
Neither do I. Neither do I. But this is such a great cause, and this guy, we got 60. I think it's 61 guys in wheelchair, and it's such a great cause that we do anything to help them out.
My Star Runner digs in. Chief J trying to get by. Can't do it. My Star Runner the winner. My Star Runner by 3/4 of a length over Chief J. 16th to go, but it's a narrow lead. It's Katokitin. Fights on the inside, but is second best as they come to the wire. Khaki Storm at 22-1. String King and Heavy on the Mister with a Monastery de Oro. 16th to go. Get into house by 4 to the wire. Get into house wins. Final margin at about 3.5 lengths. 5-length lead down to the wire. And Top Cat Boogie survives the pace battle to score by 4. Skipping Town after Royal Madam. Vicky's in town, tries to split them. 70 yards to go. Royal Madam and Skipping Town. Skipping Town, Royal Madam. Photo! Strides away by 4. Madeline Cats Production left behind. Love Not Lost 3 to 5 by 5. Here comes Wild Rally slicing through toward the inside, and on the outside Old Bushmill racing down to the wire. Heavenville and Old Bushmill. Old Bushmill surges past at the wire. 70 yards to go, and Daphne Angela from off the pace by 4. Good Human Being held second, Little Polka Dot was third, and Through the Garden Gate was fourth.
That's all for Rewind this week. Here's a look at what's coming up next week on HRTV.
Challenge race for the 2-year-olds and 5 furlongs.
We have a visitor on the set. Sorry.
Had a friend come by.
Yes, a nice Australian
Dogs
shepherd.
like me. Dogs like me. They just kind of show up and say
I have hair all
hi.
over my sweater now.
He's all mad. I'm like, Jerry, we won. And he says, I just got beat at Golden Gate, Zoe. He's just such a competitor. He just wants to win every race.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys. I mean, he will fire up on you. I remember Portland Meadows. He was a little questioning about a call. And
much anticipated Wiener final. Rough. Sir Bucket Baron Farnsworth has the lead. Indiana Jones taking a dive at him, though. It's the outside pair. Sir Bucket Baron Farnsworth trying to fend off Indiana Jones. And they're having almost a little scuffle there past the finish line.
Hi, Mac. That's Mac, everybody. That's Mac the Wonder Pooch.
Mac's ready to say goodbye.
Yes, he is. All right.